Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be the video chart on BZCN, Biz Auctions Incorporated. As you can imagine, the requests poured in on this one today, and it was kind of shocking because I checked it. I can't remember what time, maybe around 11:30, and this was just a big green candle here. So I was thinking, wow, what a nice move this thing's doing, and it did make a very nice move today. But in the last portion of the day, the profit takers definitely stepped in, and I thought this was actually a bad print, meaning somebody made a mistake putting in the order. But I pulled up the 1 minute chart and realized that no, the price literally did travel all the way up there, and then as this wick shows, by the time the day was over, the price had ended up getting pushed all the way back there. So I want to get this updated, kind of go over what I see, and then give the perspective of what you do and don't want to see if you're a longer term a holder here. Now, first, just to start off, if you're a day trader, this is not really going to be the perspective that I'm going by. Obviously, if you're a day trader and you bought a pair, hopefully you've already sold out by then because that was just a bad trade that went against you. But if you're in this for the longer term or a longer term swing trade or whatever the situation may be, that's going to be the context of which I take this video. It's not going to be from a day trader perspective where you try to get in and out within 45 minutes or 5 minutes. All I will say about it is, as I just mentioned, if you're a day trader and you bought in, somewhere in one of these spots, hopefully you had a stop loss in and you're out now because, the trade definitely went against you. So that's all I'm going to say about that kind of time frame or strategy. Now, if you're in this for a longer term where somebody uses the daily chart, obviously a day trader is not going to really use a daily chart too much. But if you're a longer term swing trader or just a long term holder in general, you would care about the daily chart. The first thing to note is, and not to state the obvious, the bulls really made a strong push. We had these resistances here that were broken during the day, and actually another one that was pretty shocking. But this level here, where we had three previous areas of history up here at 0.004, that was also broken. So the bulls really went on a stampede here and pushed the price up quite a bit. But obviously, they couldn't quite hold it. So from an update perspective, all these lines still remained red. In order to be able to change into a support level, the price needs to close above them. So sure, you did get above it intraday, but we're looking for where the price actually closes at, and it wasn't able to close above them. So they're going to stay red for now. The key thing, though, that I think people should watch for, and what I'll be watching, is what's going to happen now. You can see huge volume. I mean, the volume the past few days was big, but this was over 1 billion shares. I'm not sure what the dollar volume was, but I'm guessing over probably $1.5 million. So lots of liquidity, but unfortunately a lot of that ended up being selling. So the rest of this week is really going to turn into is this just a one-time thing, or is this going to keep on pulling back? Or in other words, is this a reversal candle here, or is this just going to be a temporary pullback? And the two kind of ways to figure that out, I think, are easiest is one, see how it reacts around this support if it gets down here. This level right here is at about 0.0018. And then you also have this orange line here, which is the 200-day simple moving average, which was a resistance but has been turned into a support. And right now that is valued at 0.0017. So 0.0017 to 0.0018. This little area here will be very telling in terms of what's the chart going to be doing here. Now, if it does fall, not the end of the world. There are still some other supports, but the key support that I think should be watched is basically from this high over. You can see by taking right here at 0.0013, the price struggled to really separate itself from there. So this whole area was a resistance. Once again, bounced off it here, closed right beneath it. So this area has a big time history of being a resistance, but being that it has been broken, it's turned into a support, and this is what I'm going to call the must hold support now. So I'm going to make that extra thick to represent that this is the level where you don't want to see the price close below it. If it does, technically you still have a chance, and I'll just explain that right now because we have this trend line here that is an uptrend line. So the overall, basically the price could come all the way down here and then bounce right here and then head back up, and this trend line would still be intact. But as you can see, this line and the trend line are getting pretty close, so you don't have too much room there. Um, but regardless, this area here needs to hold if the price continues to pull back. Now, maybe this is just, there was some big seller in there that just wanted to get out today, and that just means that the selling is all done. If that's the case, then I wouldn't be surprised to see this area hold at all. Maybe you'll have some early morning panic sellers and then see the price start to, consolidate there. Like I said, I have no idea if that's the case, if there was just one big seller in there who wanted to finally get out. But if that was the case and he is all out, then you know what? Expect the price, to hover right around there. If they still have shares or if there's something else going on, then the price could pull back. But the chart from an overall perspective is still intact as long as these two levels hold. So keep that in mind, and that's kind of the question that I've been getting the most is, where does the chart finally, go against everybody? And the answer to that is these two locations. It's already gone against the day traders, depending on where they bought in. But as far as swing traders and long-term holders are concerned that are using charts, things are still intact. So it's just a matter of seeing what happens. And then if it does go down a little bit more, or better yet, start to go sideways, you want to see this volume, drop off big time. You don't want to see another big volume day and a red candlestick. You want to see a nice low volume. So that'll be the other variable to keep an eye on. So if you do have any other questions on the chart, please shoot me a message and I'll do my best to help you out. I'd also note, if you haven't already, check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting good reviews. And with your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things, from penny stocks up to big board. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. And best part is it's all free. We've been making some good money, so it's definitely worth at least checking out. One more time, this was BZCN. Thanks for listening.